Welcome to the third part of the Crafty Army subscription box video where I make the final 3 cards. Card 4 uses a tea bag folding technique. On to card 4. So I've obviously got my envelope and my base card. This is the one where the gem is, and I've got this stamped sentiment, a strip, and 2 die cut pieces, 2 pieces of single-sided paper and a piece of double-sided card. Again, I am having my card opening that way. So I've got some double-sided tape on the backing paper. And that's that bit done. Next I have got this strip of card, so I'm going to scuff that up as I did with the one on the previous card. So I don't need to have all of that. And I think what I might do is just cut it off from this end. Up that edge. Stick that down with some double-sided tape. The next layer is this die cut piece, and I really like to know what this die is because it reminds me of, like I say, an old map. If you did this in like a parchment, or if you inked it up. Anyway, that aside, I'm going to pop that on my... I think if I was going to put my own twist on this one, I would ink the edges of the paper with some distress ink. But I'm more or less going to stick to the tutorials just so you can see what you've got in the kit and how it works. And then next is this one, and I have that as a diamond, which is how it's shown on the instructions. I can't really use that side because the animals are all on the "h", as we say in Suffolk. Apparently that word isn't used in other places. Somebody said to me once that it's down here, it's on the "h", and up north apparently it's something different. Anyway, so I'm going to stick that down. Next I need to cut this into 4, so I'm going to fold it and score it. So I've cut those into 4s, and they are actually the same size, and I did that all by eye, so I'm quite impressed. And next is the folding technique. So after a little bit of fiddling, I've managed to do the fold. So it is folding it corner to corner, and open it out, and again fold it corner to corner. and open it out, and then you want to take these two bits and squash them in so you can make this into a pyramid shape. So like so. So it looks like that from the inside. Like I said, looks like a pyramid. Then take the top triangle and you're folding it down at the center, so the point is coming down there, and then take the other side and do exactly the same so they meet in the middle, like so. And the more you crease your lines, the flatter it will lay. Then they'll just join together like so. Now to put my sentiment circle on. It's already got a foam pad on the back, and I've taken off the paper. I'm just going to add a small amount of glue. And pop that in the centre. I'm going to put that there. And that is card 4 finished. This next card is really elegant and uses a lattice weave. On to card 5, I think this is. Yeah, so this is the one with the purple papers, and this is already lined because we're going to make a lattice weave card. So first of all, I need to cut these bits off. The vellum needs to go on next. I'm going to tear it. I think it is torn on the instructions. That's not very... Right, that was a bit off. So it was a lot thicker one end than it was the other. Next, I can tear this piece as well. I'm going to put double-sided tape on this side and stick it to the vellum. I need to put the slider, or buckle as I like to call it, onto the ribbon. And that is card number 5 finished. This last card is my favourite. I love the delicate look to it. The last card is this one with the stamped image and the die cuts and the gingham ribbon. Obviously I've got my envelope and card base again. Okay, so the first thing it says is to do some faux stitching with a pen or pencil around the edge of the doily. So I'm going to do that. This is going on my base layer, and it says to place it in the corner, so I'm going to do that. Then this will obviously go on next. The next thing to do is to colour in the flowers on here. On the instructions it's shown in purple. Now obviously I could do it in any colour, but purple is my favourite colour, so I thought why not. However, my marker pens in purple, for some strange reason, maybe because I use them all the time, the purples are actually drying up, so I'm not sure how long they're going to last, but I'm hoping that I can make it through this piece. We shall see. As suspected, my base colour purple I'm using, which is a graphic marker and it's 6110, is, well, has just run out. I knew that it was dry, but when I started I thought maybe it might last, but I don't think it's going to really, because it is very, very dry. So that will need to go in the bin. I probably need to think about getting the purple Copics next. I did mention in a previous video that I am looking to get the Copics. I have these skin tones already, and I'm doing it as my graphics run out, and well, this one has decided. going to stamp my sentiment. I've gone for a neutral sort of phrase. It just says enjoy your day. Now it was originally all one stamp, but I have actually cut the day off so I can move it, and then I can position it where I want, because it was a bit too long, and it's not going to affect anything else that I stamp with it. So I'm going to use archival ink in jet black. Number 6 finished. I thought I would end by going through each card individually, just giving some thoughts on them and maybe how I could alter them. So this is I Love You Lemon Bunches, and I love the colour tones on this. I'm not normally a fan of yellow, but I do really like this. So obviously you could alter this by using different colours, different types of dyes. You could ink around the edges of the card. You can obviously move this display around. You don't have to have it in that corner. And if you haven't got any printed cardstock like this, you could obviously make your own by stamping around the edge. Perfect for so many occasions, just change the sentiment. The next one was It's Your Birthday watercolour, which is obviously done with the tissue papers, which I thought was a nice technique. It's one I'm definitely going to use again, and I think that's just a lovely bright birthday card. But if you change your sentiment, could be for any occasion. It was optional whether to put the sheet in the back, which I did decide to do, but you could have easily put it on there and left this white as well. So there's a lot of scope with that card and that technique. And this is project 3, which is vintage folk art. It's using Carley's signature collection. I love the colours with this and the style. These remind me of tropical flowers, and I like the fact you can build it up any way you want. And you could obviously do it in pastel colours if you want a more muted tone. We've obviously scruffed up the edge of the paper, but you don't have to do that. You could leave it as it is, and you could add some maybe faux stitching around this. So again, there's lots of different things you could do, and a perfect card for lots of occasions. This one is Folding Sea. We have the nautical papers and the tea bag folding, which brings the sentiment forward. So that's another technique that you could use on a lot of cards. You can obviously make good use of your pattern papers, especially the double-sided. And I really love this die, as I mentioned before, around here. So I love the layout of that one, and again you can use it for so many occasions, and you could add some more bling if you wanted to. You could ink around the edges of the dies. Lots of things that you can do to change that up a bit. And then we have Lilac Lattice. So it was actually quite simple to make. Obviously the lines were already on the paper, so that did help and save a bit of time. But I think once you've got the hang of it, it could be quite a quick card. You could maybe make up a batch of cards as a present, as thank you cards. It's obviously perfect for a wedding card the way it looks now. Could be for birthday, Mother's Day. You've obviously got the option to change the sentiment. Again, you could use your patterned papers. You could even put a paper on the backing on the base card, so you've got another colour showing through just instead of the card base. And the last card is Doily Mint Lilies. As you saw, I coloured my lilies in with my marker pens, but you could leave it white as well. There's one on the sheet that's left with just the leaves coloured and the lilies white, which is gorgeous. I've decided to colour in the lilies because I also like the purple and the green together. I think that worked well. Again, you could use whatever sentiment you wanted there. We've added faux stitching to the dies, but you could leave that off or do something different. We've obviously got the bow there, which you could again leave or add as you want. You could even change it, maybe add that up there. You could decoupage the stamp, so that would be another thing to change it slightly. Again, perfect for lots of occasions. I hope you enjoyed that video, and let me know what you think of the cards, which one is your favourite. Thank you so much for watching. I'll put all the necessary links down below, and until next time, cheerio.